She believed her child's doctor caused him significant harm and injury. And now she wanted to know, before going ahead and trying to determine whether or not she had a valid lawsuit, how much of a time commitment would there be if she had a valid case and her case went throughout the course of the litigation? You want to know what I said to her? Come join me for a moment as I share with you some great information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney. So now, her son was seen by a pediatrician, and she believed that because the pediatrician was careless, now her son suffered a significant injury. But now, before delving in to see whether or not she had a valid case, she wanted to know how much of a time commitment would it be on her end to take time out of work and her daily life's activities to go ahead and pursue a case on behalf of her injured child. So here's what I told her. I said, listen, you have to meet with an attorney. That initial conversation, that initial talk will last about an hour. And there's some very important information that we have to learn about, the details, in order to determine, number one, whether or not we think you have a valid basis for a case. Number two, we need to know what medical records to obtain. And number three, it will help us determine what medical expert we need in order to evaluate all of those records. That's about an hour of your time. Just because you walk into an attorney's office doesn't mean he's going to accept you as a potential client. Not every attorney will do that. So now an attorney is going to filter out those cases that he wants and those cases that he does not want. And assuming that this is one of the cases he would like to investigate, now everything that goes on with the investigation takes place behind the scenes. So you go about your daily life, you go about your own activities, and over the course of months, all of the medical records are being obtained and investigated. And a medical expert is going to be retained to evaluate whether or not you have a valid basis for a case. If it turns out that you do, and that there was wrongdoing, and the wrongdoing caused injury, and the injury is significant or permanent, well, now you have the ability to go forward with a lawsuit on behalf of your child. So now the question is, how much of a time commitment is there once a lawsuit gets started? Well, the only other time you're going to come into the attorney's office is a number of months after the lawsuit has been started. And you'll be coming in to give pretrial testimony known as a deposition. That's really a question and answer session that takes place in the attorney's office, your attorney's office. And in that question and answer session, it is as if you are testifying at the time of trial. The only difference is there is no judge present and there is no jury present. There is a court reporter there in the room to record all of the questions that you will be asked by the defense attorney, as well as all of the answers that you are giving. And that information is put into a booklet known as a transcript. And that information can be used against you at the time of trial. So now, what other time commitment is there? There's really no other time commitment for you to be involved in this case other than to communicate with your attorney, whether it's by phone or by email or by Skype. You don't have to come in and appear. The attorney should be communicating with you on a regular basis. Maybe it's a monthly basis, to keep you up to date and to keep you in the loop, to let you know what's going on and, more importantly, what's not going on. Now, as your case progresses, you should know that these cases take anywhere from 2 to 3 years, from start all the way to finish. You will not need to come into his office at all for the duration of the entire litigation. The next time you're going to have to come into his office is when your case goes to trial. Your attorney is going to have to prepare you for trial, prepare you for being questioned by him, as well as for cross-examination purposes. And now, the only other time you're going to be needed is at the time of trial. You're going to have to be there each and every day. So, to answer the question, how much of a time commitment is there going to be when you decide to bring a lawsuit on behalf of your injured child? Now you know the answer. You know, I realize you're watching this video because you have questions or concerns about your own matter. Well, if your matter did happen here in New York and you still have not yet brought a lawsuit because you have questions that need to be answered, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your questions. You know, this is something I do every single day and I'd love to talk to you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a fantastic day.